Oh, hello. Hello. I'm Amanda Call. And a good evening. This is my comic, Age of Night, chapter 27, page 34. We started working on this last week for the Tuesday night art stream. And so far, I have 3 panels all the way drawn, a good start on one. I have a couple here that I'm going to have to get back to when I finish the rest of this because we're doing some tracing and copying going on here. So, without further ado, we will continue on. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a very good weekend because we had SnowCon. Been a while since I had a SnowCon. All right, I got to get some meat on these mannequins. Figure out where some of the clothing is going to end up. That's looking much better. Hello, Spud. Hi, someone saying. Thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate you all being here. What does the back of this backpack look like? Do I know? Oh, I do know. I do have a picture of it from the back. Amazing. I don't have to just make it up right now. All right, I need to sharpen my pencil. These are some tiny, tiny figures, and my pencil is not quite sharp enough for this. All right. Also, my normal eraser is like in a bag somewhere with all the other stuff I brought to the convention this weekend. So I'm using a backup eraser pencil thing that I got in like one of those art subscription boxes a while ago. Because, of course, anytime I come back from like a weekend convention, whether it's a convention where I'm selling stuff or a gaming convention or whatever else, it's like all of the stuff I brought to the con just kind of gets like tossed in a corner. And it's like, I'll deal with it later. Because you just come back so exhausted. That hand is looking goofy. Let's try that again. That's better. Yeah, so we had a very good convention weekend. I was on the staff, so I only got to play a few games, but I was mostly working on registration, getting people checked in and selling passes for next year and answering questions and all that stuff. But it was still a lot of fun. And I did run a couple of games, which was really fun to do. Played a few like pickup games, that sort of thing. All right, we need to start making some rocks. Hey, Hungry. Thanks so much for joining me. There's a bunch of like creepy, viney vegetation going on in this scene. Okay, so we got to keep on like trying to make these rock forms, but trying to get this vegetation kind of creeping in all over. And little rocks and stuff everywhere. More rocks, more vines. Hey, it's Story Comic. Story Comic is blah, 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 blah. Story Comic is totally here, you guys. They're totally here. Says so right there. Yeah, one of the games that I ran at SnowCon this weekend, unfortunately, did not end up happening completely. Like, we were getting ready to play, and everyone was or rather, we were playing for about an hour and a half, but it was Deimos Academy, which I don't know if you're the first I am the first Age of Night. Okay. Sure. Sure, story comic. It was Deimos Academy, which is a game that I worked on. I know you've probably heard me talk about it before. And if you've seen any of our actual plays of it, you know that like the first good chunk of it is like a lot of character creation, and even like on streams we did a lot of that beforehand off camera so that it didn't take forever, but there's a big chunk of it that's just like setting up the characters and their relationships and the setting and everything. So there's a lot of like it's still part of the game because it's a storytelling game. So you're establishing a background together, but you're not getting into the actual like rolling and trying to like progress the present story until a while into it. And we were like just getting into the good part there. And then there was like an announcement of, "Oh hey, there's a giant snowstorm that's slamming into the state now. So if you live in the southern part of the state, then you should probably leave." And half my players left. And the third player was like, "Oh, we're leaving in like 20 minutes then." And I was like, "Cool, so it's just me and one player now. I guess we're done." It was a bummer. It was a bummer, but like, what are you gonna do? People had to get home safely. But everyone was excited. They said they thought it was a really cool game, what little they got to play of it. So that was good. Trying really hard to like have a lot of this vegetation all over the place without it all looking exactly the same. Trying to get a little bit of variation in there. It's kind of tricky. All sorts of vegetation. Oh my goodness. All right, I need to sharpen my pencil again. This is getting very intense in here. Sharpen, sharpen, sharpen. All right, let's get this figure. Let's figure out this figure. All right, we're gonna get this little vegetation curtain situation going. Creepy. Anyone else getting a blurry image? Oh, good question. Is anyone else getting a blurry image? Because I'm not gonna discount the possibility that it could be on my end. There's Bud. Mine is pixelated, but 100% new to me, also eating bandwidth with an upload. Yeah, that will also happen. Better for you now? Okay, that's good. I know there are ways for me to, like, check if the problem is on my end, but, I'm gonna be real with you, I am not that tech savvy. I'll be watching other people who are streaming, and they'll be like, "Oh, I just noticed that my bandwidth dipped. Hold on, let me do some clickety clacking over here, and now, oh, look at that, now it's better." And I'm just like, "How do you I don't understand what is happening here? I don't understand what sorcery you're performing. Like, I have no clue what's going on. All right. So, we've finished this panel. A lot going on here. And now I need to come back and do these panels, which these panels are going to be the same shot as this panel, and then just some of the like action is going to be changing. So let me go and grab my light box, which is just under my drafting table. Give me just a second to pull that out. Hopefully it's already plugged in. I think it is. I just generally leave it plugged in lately. I found a good place to keep it where I can leave it plugged in and not have to worry about that. Okay, but there's a giant pad of paper in my way. There we go. Okay. Okay. Here's my big old light box. It's a Portatrace. By what is that? Gagne. Okay, I need to move this cord around where it's going to reach better. There we go. Okay, so let me turn off this light and see if this works. And then there's just it's just like a big aluminum box with an acrylic top, and there's a fluorescent light inside. And so then I just need to hold the thing down until it decides to light up. Now it's all lit up. My camera is not thrilled with this situation. All right, so I'm going to put this panel that I'm going to trace on here, hold it down. I need a piece of paper, like just regular old printer paper. That's what I'm going to pull out. Got some regular old printer paper. And then we put that on top of this, and you can see a lot better if I block my other light, which actually, let's see if this is going to cause problems. Oh, hey, that actually worked great. I was not sure how my camera would react to that, but now you can see this is how the light box works. It's like holding something up to the window when you were a kid. And then I can just kind of trace. There's the outside. Yes, if I were a smart person, I would be doing this in Photoshop and it would go very quickly. But I am dedicated to being a Luddite, I guess. So I'm going to go around and trace all these little bits. I'm not going to worry about every single little detail. I just want to make sure that everything is in like the right spot. I was excited when I got my first light box. Yes. I think I first bought this one. I bought it when I was in college. I think I was taking a storyboarding class, like a storyboarding for animation class specifically, which I was not like especially interested in, but it was a requirement for my major, even though my major was sequential art, but whatever. They tried to like sell that you could like focus on storyboarding as a sequential art major, which didn't make a lot of sense for a number of reasons, but whatever. So we had to take a couple of storyboarding classes. It was kind of silly, but anyway. I bought this for a storyboarding for animation class because without it, that class was not a fun time. Because you had to just spend all your time like at the actual class hall using their light boxes or holding a piece of paper up to a window. Right, I'm not going to get too worried about the exact placement of every little bit of this guy. This guy is just kind of here-ish. I just need his relative placement in this background. Made my drawing life so much easier. It's true. It really does. It does. The thing that I use this for a lot is nowadays is doing when I do paper miniatures, because I still draw them traditionally. So when I do the backs, and I want to make sure that the back is, correct to the front, then I light box it. And that's what it probably gets the most use for. And then second most use is for when I'm doing panels like this, where a sequence of panels like this, where it's like, I don't actually want anything in the background to change, or I don't want certain things to change, or I want to make sure certain things are lined up the same. So I'm gonna use this to trace it. Okay, that's the big vines. I put a lamp on the floor and used a plastic bin lid that was slightly transparent before I was able to get my light box. Hey, that works. I admire the ingenuity there. Yeah, I've had this one for a long time and it is kind of bulky, but then hold on. I'll tell that story some more in a minute. But next thing is I'm going to move my tape to the other side of this. So now the tape is like sticky side up. I'm actually going to get another piece of tape and do that because 2 points of contact are better than 1. So now sticky side is up and I'm going to stick it underneath here and line this up and tape it in place so that it doesn't go anywhere. And then I can start tracing my different bits and bobs. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was using this one for a long time, and it's, obviously it still works. It's perfectly fine, but it's kind of bulky. And so I was like, I'm gonna see if I can get one of those slick new light boxes that's like full of LEDs instead of this fluorescent bulb and, is not quite so enormous. And I got one, and at first I really liked it. Um, and then the damn thing broke after like a few months. I was so mad. Because it was just, like, very thin and the plastic was not very durable, so all it took was, like, one little instance of it getting less than perfectly gently wedged against another object, and it was just like, crack. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, really?" The type of thing that it was, like, just not made for real life, I guess. Alright, let me check, okay. I'm just gonna kinda leave a because this is where the action is changing. I just want to know where this thing's like center mass is, and that's where its head is. So because it is going to be moving some, and I will be able to like go through and add some of the other details and the little vines in the background and that sort of thing. But for right now, I'm just kind of trying to get down the basic, like this is where everything is. Basic landmarks. So I can fill in the details from there. Okay, I think I got basically what I need there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then the last panel in this sequence, same thing. We're gonna scoot on over, line it up, get the tape to go in place, and we're gonna start tracing our elements. Okay. I'm just gonna mark that for right now. It will make sense in a minute. We're getting there. Okay. So now I've gotten what I need from the light box. I'm gonna turn my other lights back on before I turn the light box off and plunge us into darkness. Okay. Now I can get this big old thing out of my way. Back on the floor with you. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, now I have the same basic like placement of all of the elements in these 3 panels. Obviously, the second 2 panels are not as detailed as that first one, but I know where everything is, which is good. I can kind of fill in from there. All right. So on this one, we've got some slightly different action going on here. So I need to start sketching that in. Fixing some of this other stuff here. Fix the shape on that leaf. It's looking kind of silly. Fixing some of this stuff just to make it a little bit clearer for when I go to ink it later. All right, so now what is happening in this panel? Lighten that up a little bit. That's very heavy and kind of distracting. You throwing stuff around over there? All right, this creature is sort of like just dissolving into the ground. That's fine. That's not like creepy at all, right? Right? No, it is creepy. It's supposed to be. All right, fill in some more of this viney backdrop here. Looks good to me. Thanks. Thanks. He's just kind of melting. And then over here, fix some of this a little bit. Okay, so we have creepy viney curtain opening action. All right. And now we can fill that space in of, oh, look, it's spooky darkness. The spooky darkness has opened. Spooky darkness. All right. Hooray. Hey, look, this is all penciled now. How nice. That means we can start doing some lettering. We've got about 20 minutes left on the stream. Ugh, so we can get a little bit of that underway. I'm very pleased with how this panel came out. This is really doing pretty much exactly what I wanted it to do. So I'm very pleased with that. Let me get Oh, of course my triangle is like buried over here. Gotta unbury my triangle. All right. We'll start in on some lettering. I might finish it off stream between sessions. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. It's nice and spooky. I love it. Very pleased with how nice and spooky it's coming out. And we get to have Baltazar's long, weird monologue here. So I use my little Ames lettering guide to start setting up my lines for my word balloons. I already planned out where they needed to go based on my script as early as the thumbnails. Obviously, sometimes things have to change a little bit as I go along. I may realize that they don't quite fit or work as well as I thought they would in the places I originally wanted for them, but it's always good to make sure that you plan for leaving space for your word balloons instead of kind of getting to the point of putting words on your page and being like, oh no, this isn't going to fit. There's going blah, 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 blah. So much talking. And I have my script right next to me. And I'm doing this in pencil first so that if I don't like how it's going, I can just erase it and try again. That's awkward. That's an awkward sentence. How am I going to fit that on there? Let's see. I guess it's going to have to be this way. I don't like it, but that's what we're going to have to do. My internet got wonky. No, I'm still here for a few more minutes anyway. Let's see. Then there's no dialogue for like 3 panels, and then there's like one more word balloon, and that's it. So I guess we probably will get pretty far on getting this these word balloons done. I think I do want that a little bit higher. I feel like that's too low. I'll do that. No, I don't like that either. Okay, I had the right track the first time. Let's fix that. See, this is why I got to do this in pencil, because I fiddle with it and try to decide what I want to do. There, I like it better there. Okay, that's the pencil stage of lettering. That was it. Move this stuff out of the way. We'll start inking our lettering. I probably won't finish because we're almost out of time, but we'll get it started anyway while we wrap up this evening. So I'm going to get my Royal Talons India ink opened over here. I am going to get my school nib in my extremely dirty wooden holder. And we will start getting these letters committed to ink. One little stroke at a time. And now, since we're on the last 10 or so minutes of the stream, I'm going to do the internet things and remind you, I'm Amanda Call. This is a page from my comic, Age of Night. You can read Age of Night for free at ageofnight.com. That's AGEOFNIGHT.com. I upload a new page just about every Wednesday. And we're up to page 27. So that's a lot of comics to read. Well, you can read the whole thing for free. If you want to help support me creating comics, then you should follow me on Patreon. Patrons all get their comic pages a week early. They get to see behind the scenes stuff and other little things I'm working on. and it just helps me out. I appreciate it. Do I have a TikTok? I do have a TikTok. My TikTok and my Instagram are both Amanda Call Art. My Twitter is Age of Night. There's a Facebook page for Age of Night as well. I think that's all the social medias. Obviously, there is this here YouTube channel, which if you're not following it already, you should be, because then you will be notified when I go live, which is pretty much every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, unless I have some stuff going on or get sick or whatever. But most Tuesdays at 8 p.m. we do a little hour of making comics together. I have a TikTok. It is not very active, but it does exist. Every once in a while, I upload some art or a video of my chickens. Do I have a YouTube channel? Yes, you're watching it right now. Unless I'm not sure how you're commenting on my YouTube channel if you're not on it right now. I don't know what sort of sorcerer's internet you're running there, Story Comic. You all should go follow Story Comic. Story Comic has a YouTube channel and I think a TikTok as well. I'm not sure how active the TikTok is, but I know the YouTube channel is active. They do all sorts of cool interviews of comic artists and other creators. Oh, snap, you're right. I'm watching you on Roku. Oh, geez. Silly. Silliness. I don't have any other events coming up anytime soon. I mean, there's stuff I'm doing, but not like public appearances. Okay, we're almost done making the letters. We're so close. Yeah, I don't think I'm really like going to any other shows or anything until I will be at PAX East, but not representing myself, just working there. But I think the first comic convention of 2023 is going to be the main Comic and Toy Con in Portland. I do believe. All right. There we go. That's going to do it for this evening. We finished our pencils on this page. We got the letters done for the lettering. I still need to do the word balloons, but I'll probably just do that off camera because it's kind of tedious. It's not super interesting to watch. But yeah, there we go. We've got all these fun, spooky pencils done. We got some letters down. We're in great shape. Next time, we will start in on some inking. So thanks, everybody, for joining me this evening. I will see you next time. Bye.